Reminder. VSC.
Ooh, welcome to the most dangerous show of the week.
The virtual shopping channel of the Sun Dragon Sideshow. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art Fiber in sunny and going to be hot again, Brevard, North Carolina.
Liz, I'm a minion there.
I tried not to move the chair while you were speaking, but you probably failed. Hi, I'm trying to be awake. Oh, I left my water over there.
Do I need to get it for you?
I'm going to go get it.
Okay.
You are all wound up in your knitting, so
it's easy to put down.
So we're gonna talk things that are on sale.
Yay!
Yay! For the next week, we film on Wednesdays, so through next Tuesday, the stuff we talk about today, and say yes, this will be on sale. I always tell people check and make sure it's in the product of the week category online, in the online shop, or come into the shop and say want the product of the week thing. And when it's in the product of the week category online, you do need to still put in the code product of the week with spaces. Ugh, sorry, when I went to the store this morning, there was like a fuzzy in my mask and I couldn't get it out. So I was like, it was itching me the whole time. Maybe it made me go faster though. So, you know, mask is looking a little dirty on the inside. I might need a new one. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Look, I have this jaunty, like, off angle. I'm going for asymmetry here today. I'm gonna fix that.
Cute.
Okay. Anyway, hi.
You need the ponytail off side.
Like that.
Yeah.
I could do it 80s thing for the day. I do not. I have not watched Stranger Things, so I can't claim that I'm doing like. Oh, I can't do that.
I couldn't do that even when it was cool.
I didn't have enough hair when it was cool, but you know. Anyway, so we decided to these little guys that we talked about yesterday, we're gonna put them on sale. They only retail for $6.75 anyway, but you could save 15% this week. And what are these, you might ask, if you didn't watch yesterday's show? What are these, Liz?
They are
might have been a hair from my head that was inside my mask.
double point needle keepers.
Yes, I will get. I'll leave. I'll fix that later.
They have a little bungee and two little end cups to contain your double point needles. We have them in
I have issues.
7 inches
And 6.
and 6 inches.
Hang on.
They're blue. I know it's like, ooh, there's just 2 little cups floating around. Nope, they're blue.
I have them on mine. So hang on. I was getting this up and then everything fell out. My craft caddy, since I've been overstuffing it, has decided to become lax on the sides. I'm gonna have to maybe if I wash it, it'll, or just take stuff out and refold it up. Everything wants to spill out because I have too much in it. So exhibit A, I did this yesterday. I'll put it right in front of my shirt instead of the dark background where you can't see it. Exhibit A is I am knitting my socks on 6-inch double point needles. And I put this on yesterday. It, again, bungee cord, so I can take this off and take out my extra needle. And I'm ready to go to knit my socks on double points, or your mittens, or your bunnies, or whatever you make on double points. And yeah, I fold it all in, and then I move them so not so the stitches are falling off, but so they are all parallel with each other and at the same length. And I could just lay this without my go-to to keep track of my last needle is to like stick it in the work and maybe weave it like that. And I could just lay it on top of this in theory if I'm using my double point keepers. And I put the ends in the little, that one. Pull on the bungee and get the other ends in and ta-da! And they're nice, the little caps are nice and chunky so that, I mean, I'm knitting on like size 1 needles here. So it looks like those are huge. How is this cap thing is huge. it means that you can have 6-inch needles that are a much bigger girth than one size US1 and keep them contained. And I think that
I
is
would
super
say
fantastic.
they go up to a fairly substantial.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'd try to put 5 like 11s in here, maybe. But we haven't tested that yet. Still got fuzzies. But I think this is kind of ingenious and fun and super cool. And yes, the blue is for 6-inch and the yellow is for 7-inch. And longer than that, like we sell prims in the shop that are 8-inch. I wouldn't want to put too much pressure though on the plastic ones. So we could test this, but I would stick with the 2 sizes we have for the length needles. Like the Brittany's we sell are technically like 7.5-inch. I think they would still work with the yellow. So that is the notion that is on sale this week. That means I will get these up into the online shop. And yeah, I'll take pictures. I'll see what pictures Katrinkles has on their site because we got these from Katrinkles. But I may just take my own pictures. We shall see. So that's the notion. And then Liz, what do we have for yarn?
For yarn, because it is a hot, at least through today. We decided to pull Zooey, our cotton linen blend.
Its plant fibers are much better for hot temperatures.
It is Zooey, and we have some dappled and some solids.
And I think they've discontinued the dappled. By dappled, we mean it does a stripy thing. And I think I don't think they make the dappled anymore. So what we have is what we have. But we have a few colors. We didn't pull everything we have, I don't think, right?
No, there
Because-
were several colors that I did not pull because we only have like one of them. So,
and we might be reordering, we might not. We might not be able to reorder. So it's kind of the sales on what we got.
Yeah.
So, but we have some new colors of it that I'm pretty sure I have not gotten up online. So this will convince me to get it up online. So
we have solids and dapples for what's left.
and I've made a shawl out of Zooey. So I'm gonna go get that while you read stats.
I've made a ranunculus.
You
out of
have?
Zooey. It's sitting over on the chair under a pile of.
It's a fun, okay, so there's a texture to this. I'm gonna go get mine in a second. It's not quite like 1 ply of cotton and 1 ply of linen. They're kind of interwoven a little. It's kind of a twist, kind of an interweaving, not quite a chainette, but there's a texture to this, which means that stitch definition, it works for your ranunculus, right?
It worked for my ranunculus.
I've had someone decide to make an Anchor summer shirt that has a lot of ribbing in it, and they didn't feel like the stitch definition was what they were looking for. But I know people have made Anchor summer shirt out of this.
It is a softer definition than an animal fiber.
Mm-hmm. Which means it won't be as defined. The stitches won't be as defined, but you'll still see pattern stuff.
It depends on where your I care bar is
Mm-hmm.
for pattern work or whatever. You did lace on your shawl
And it shows just fine.
and it shows just fine. So it's just kind of, it's a little softer than animal fiber would be. But
this is my audition shawl that I made. I can't remember how many skeins at this point.
I want to say it was at least 2. If not
Well, it's
more.
2 different colors.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. I'd have to go back and look at the yardages to see how many skeins of each I needed. So I have the gold is solid, and anything that's not gold is one of the dappleds. Is that one she's holding up? But you can see the stitch definition of that lace section. It's nice. I'm gonna look up how much yardage this all needed. I want to say it's probably 2 golds and 1 dappled, maybe. Yeah. What are the stats?
It is 60% cotton and 40% linen. It for 100 grams, you get 284 yards or 260 meters. They are recommending a US 3 to a US 5, so a 3.25 to a 3.75 needle, and E to a 7 hook, which is a 3.5 to a 4.5 millimeter hook. It's machine washable, lay flat to dry. And they are calling it a sport weight, but we think it's more of a DK.
They've labeled it as a number 2. And I mean, it's weird because the Juniper Moon Pollock that we also have that's been completely discontinued.
I'm gonna go get my
Um,
ranunculus.
Okay, is they're calling that one a 3, and I feel like that's thinner than this. The texture of it, if you let it fluff, if you consider it a DK and let it be like occupy more space, it works really well. So Audition by Michelle Hunter was this shawl, and that shawl calls for, I'm holding it towards me, it calls for a DK weight yarn. I think this worked really well. Sometimes people feel this and they're like, it's not as soft as I thought it would be. The linen is stiff until you wear it and use it and beat it up a little bit. Like, it may not feel as soft as you think it should. Honestly, people think plant fibers are soft, and they're not as soft and squishy as some of the merinos and things. They will get softer with wear, all of them. Before Liz chose to, and that's just really dark on camera.
It's really
but,
dark on camera.
It's so pretty because you did it on such a big needle.
Yeah.
Audition takes 750 yards roughly. And how much yardage did this have?
230 or 284.
It makes me think I used 3. I probably used 2 of the yellow and 1 of the deck folds, because I think that goes a little over 2 based on the pattern listing. So but yes,
It is completely dark, and
she did a big huge, I can still
I
see
used
stuff
an
through it.
11 needle.
Yeah,
and
I can see the texture in it though. The pattern texture up top, definitely. So and Audition shawl was all about trying out different stitches. So each section had a different type of stitch or fun thing to try. You're auditioning them, and it was super fun. So I'll try to remember to put that in the description. But this is just a really fun yarn. What are our new colors?
So our new colors,
I mean, we have that bin up there. I think we only got 2 new colors.
We did,
but we got a refill of the bright teal.
I put the bright teal up there because it went with
right.
The 2 new colors.
They're
we have
bright and poppin'.
Emerald, which is like bright green.
Because we used to have this one called Catch that was not quite as bright, but it was more of a grello-y green, and it was really pretty, but they stopped making it. So Emerald is like, I think the brighter parts of the Wizard of Oz of the Emerald City when I see that. Like, it's not a deep emerald green. It is like, it is pretty poppin' and bright.
Ooh, it goes really well with the
yeah, right.
green and the and then we got Sloop. It is Sloop. It is a bright like raspberry.
Yes, which is a really pretty color. Super, super, super pretty.
Oh, it goes really well with the.
They both go with the Mountains Are Calling, our hand dye, which is a totally different fiber, by the way. But another one of our bright colors that I really like, Lagoon. We were out of it, and it was, some of these colors were super back ordered, and that might be why we don't have them in stock. And I didn't order everything back in, but I got some new colors that were available, and I got some others, and some of the colors we have will be back in stock eventually, and some will not. So Mainsail is the one that Liz knit her ranunculus with. It is a nice navy. It's not the darkest navy. It looks dark when we're filming right now, but it's a decent
nice
navy.
My favorite.
This guy was made out of, we don't have it here because there's not much left of it, but it's this mustardy yellow, which is lovely. And then this one, which we might not have it's Samoa something. I think I only put Samoa on here. A Samoa Sunrise. It says on the actual label, Samoa Sunrise. It's got some faded yellow, mustardy yellows and reds, and the bright orange, that kind of Orangeville. I think Orangeville's been discontinued.
And then the Carmine.
The Carmine goes with that too.
With it too.
I think the Orangeville has been discontinued, but there might be another orange we can bring in eventually. Is that your favorite?
Carmine is my favorite. It's nice ruby red.
I have a bunch of Morganite at home, which is a pale pink. I was going to make the cover of one of the older pom-poms with it, and I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I'm still going to figure out something to make with this. Although I'm making another pink top with another yarn. We'll see. We might have too much of this pink in the shop. So hopefully I've only wasted like one skein. And I should make something else, I'd like to make something other than this shawl out of the Zooey, because I think it would be a lovely, so many lovely summer tops I can see that this would be great for. And the question is right now, if I want to do it out of the pink, because I have a bunch of it, or I can already see 3 or 4, like one's done and 2 are on needles. That's also a pale pink. So I feel like I should pick one of the new colors or something. If you want to see something knit in one of the fun colors, let me know. I can't guarantee it will happen, but I will take it under advisement. So what else do we have?
Azure is a nice pale blue.
It's super pale. It's like an ice blue. It's super, super pretty. One of my favorites. It's this soft pale. We
already talked about
sea salts white. There's another one that's an off white. I feel like we don't have much of it right now.
We just have
so
the one, I think.
which is why, you know, we'll get it back in if we can. I want to say it was back ordered last time we tried.
Selgris.
Gris.
It's like a blue gray, but
It's nice.
it's a nice gray.
I mean, they're all nice. We love everything. We're gonna say it's all good. Iris is a nice, like bright lavender, like not light lavender, but a bright light purple. What's that one?
Green Bay, it's got blues
I mean, think about the Green Bay Packers.
and
kinda.
yellows and greens, and it's pretty.
So, it's lovely. It will especially have nice drape once you beat it up a little bit, make something out of it and beat it up a little bit. There are a lot of summer tops. I have too many things I want to make, but this could be fun. Add to the mix. I should finish some stuff first.
We are retailing them for $19.50.
I didn't even know if we'd said that yet. $19.50?
$19.50.
Okay. 15% off this week with the code product of the week online. So, I don't know if we really want to talk about anything else right now, because it's stuff that's not going to be on sale, or it's, you know, let's talk schedule and some other things. And then we're going to go get ready for our day, because we got so much stuff happening. I've got a lesson and sit and stitch and other things.
Oh,
and
yeah. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. So, on that note, tomorrow is Dear Becky and Lizzy. If you have a question you would like us to ponder, and there'll be more of a chance of us pondering it if it relates to knitting and crocheting, you can email
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
and we'll talk about it tomorrow morning. We have sit and stitch. We have it this morning. Probably will be done by the time this video gets posted, because checks are taking longer than usual on YouTube. But we always have in-person sit and stitch every Wednesday morning outside the shop and every Saturday afternoon. This Saturday, it's probably going to be storming all day. So I don't know if we'll be, I mean, come if you want to, but be prepared that either we'll have to hunker under the little thing out there. We have a little area that's elevated and has a roof right outside the shop that's shared by the whole plaza. So if it's available and the wind's not blowing, that is a place to do sit and stitch. But if it's a thunderstorm, we're not probably going to hold it in here. So be advised, come on by, say hi, know that it might be kind of hard to hang out. Virtual sit and stitch, you can always do from the comfort of your home. We had a lovely sit and stitch last night. The next one will be happening Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time of the US, East Coast time. You get into Zoom with our Zoom meeting room with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
And someone else is making the good point of, like, first of all, we have people who join us from all over the place. It is a small, cozy group that fluctuates. Different people, sometimes there's the same people, but different people pop in and out. Someone was making the good point, even though we're starting to do in person, which is wonderful, with the price of gas and everything else that's happening, it's still kind of nice to have the virtual option, because then you don't have to drive from far away and you can still hang out with people. So if you like technology and want to engage with it, that is a really great option, I think. And our Sunday sit and stitch, we do once a month. We aren't doing until the middle of July at this point. I mean, we're doing it. We already did June. It's going to be July 17th from 1 to 5 p.m. So that's still a few weeks away. Let's see what else could be good to mention right now. So I'm teaching crochet this week or knitting. There's a lot going on with that. Next week, we'll have a drop-in help time on Thursday morning. We start the end of next week. We're going to start our crochet along on the Montana bag. And the pattern writer is offering 15% off her pattern, both on Etsy and on Ravelry with the code Sun Dragon, no spaces. So check that out. I'll try to put that, remember to put that in the description too here. I don't know if I would make a bag, like if I was gonna try to make a bag out of this, I would definitely go down quite a few hook sizes from what the pattern on the Montana bag says. Like a plant fiber in theory is a good durable thing to make a bag out of. But the Montana bag is written for worsted weight. And she says you can adapt it for different thicknesses, like you're doing thicker versions, but to go down a few hook sizes from what you think you should use for that thickness of yarn.
I think the Zooey would be fantastic for it, but you're going to have to go down to a very tiny hook. And you might have to add stitches to get it to a width that you like.
Yeah, I'm already on an E hook for my DK weight, which again, we're considering this a DK, but it's a thinner, like I'm using a more robust DK.
Yeah.
And I'm down to an E. Granted, I am a loose crocheter, but you probably want to go down to like a D or a C. And I don't know. Depends on just where's your I don't care bar on that. So could be interesting. There is a crochet bag in the new pom-pom. And I forget. I mean, I'm already plotting, right, to make this top. I've decided for the top, which is unrelated to the yarn we're advertising today, I'm probably going to find some of my leftovers or use some stuff that's attached to a project before I wind up yarn for it and try to do a gauge swatch to see if it's even possible before I kill like 6 skeins of yarn. But let me look real fast. I never do anything really, really fast, but I'm looking for that bag, like that crocheted bag that I noticed in here. Aha, this one could be really interesting. I want to see what they use a DK weight linen to make this. So potentially the Zooey could work for it.
What size hook?
I'm almost there. Gauge hook. They used an E and a G. So potentially the gauge is 19 stitches by 14 rows. There's alpine double seed and moss stitch in all of this. So there's all these different stitches in it. So that could be intriguing. I want to make, well, I have to see if I'm going to knit or crochet with this, but I was going to do something out of this yarn. Ooh. Now I'm pondering, but I have to see how much it's going to take. Color block sample had 3 colors and took 5 skeins, or the single color still took 5 skeins of the yarn they used, which is 175 yards. This has more yardage on it. Approximately 849 yards in total. I think 3.
849 divided by
something. 284.
2.989.
3. Ooh. I'm so tempted because it looks so cute. Although I'm working on another bag right now. But, you know, could I make more than one thing from this? From one of the magazines? That would be shocking. And they'd both be crochet. Maybe I could make a lot of things from this 10th anniversary edition. It's not on sale this week, but we have it back in stock. What is on sale? Let's give you a final huzzah with what is on sale. The Zooey and the needle keepers for double points in 7 and 6 inch lengths. Those are the 2 things that are on sale this week with the code product of the week at checkout. I think I'm done. Okay. We hope that was enjoyable for you all, and we will be back to chat and wax poetic about all things knit and crochet, especially those that you ask us questions about. And if you don't ask us questions, then we will just ramble about whatever we choose to tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the
Yes.
fun stuff.
We're up to 1,064, I want to say, last time we checked, which is really fun. Like we're done with sales for a while. So if we hit a like 1,100, we'll be like, yay, hang on to everything. But it's cool. We're still growing. I love that. So yes, if you haven't subscribed already, consider it. Pretty soon we can offer memberships, which is a paid way to support the channel. But subscribing is a wonderful, no obligation monetarily way to support the channel. So we still have to ponder what memberships are going to involve, because
Yeah,
we want it to be good for y'all. So we'll talk to you later.